What?
Yo, he made the funny number joke.
Fuck, of course it errored. Stupid anarchists.
This fucking...
Bot, do it, bot, do its job.
Let me get a fucking piano
Here
cover,
we
I
go.
guess. Okay.
but this is a piano.
It's fine, it's fine.
It's fine, it really makes the experience more authentic. I really
Don't
feel like
cut
I'm
any
in.
of us talking out, by the way. This is a worse disaster than the fucking... This is the worst disaster than the fucking... Yes, competition.
Sheet music boss, I am so sorry. I'm gonna turn the lobster up real quick. There we go.
We're recording. Are we live?
Oh, we've been recording since I sent the fucking message. How, is it over? Okay, we need to stop it.
Cutting out.
Okay. Are we good?
Yes.
Yeah, we lived, we're here.
We lived.
Aye, aye.
Alright, welcome to the...
Did you get that? Did you, record that?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's all down. Welcome...
Oh my god, send it right now, send it right now, I need to hear my beautiful voice.
It's still recording. You're gonna be hearing it in like an hour or something. I don't know how long we're fucking doing this. Hello,
Alright,
my fellows. Welcome.
Yeah, let's go for a while.
Welcome to the...
Hell! Boy, shut up for a moment.
Welcome to the Tank Zone podcast, everybody! Yay! 7,000 years in the making. We're finally here, all because our friendly little crustacean lost a bet that Sora would be in Smash Brothers.
You wanted Chairman Mao. I'm enraged.
Yeah, but it's friendship.
Okay.
I want to play Sega All-Stars.
Okay, we're going to be discussing something. I can't remember, but it's going to be vaguely Marxist.
Yeah, we were going to discuss,
We're gonna try, at least. It will
discuss
drive right
lab-produced
off.
meat, weren't we?
Oh, sorry, I was speaking over you. What were you saying?
Weren't we going to talk about lab-produced meat?
Yeah, well, my book quotations and...
Yeah, it's
Chairman
called
Mao.
My Cock and Ball, anyways. I'm your host, Queen, or otherwise known as Jana.
I own the fucking...
Fine, you're the host. Host, take it away, buddy pal.
I am your
He's the
host,
host.
Lobster, and I don't want to be here.
He's the host. I'm apparently the court punching bag because when I got here, before I got here, he was apparently calling me many a slur.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that over there is our resident country boy from like Michigan, I think. Phoebe.
Yeah. I live in the cornfields. Every day, I slink back into my shulk.
And where the fuck are you from?
I'm in your walls.
Isn't he from? Are you from Cali?
Who?
Ooh, I said Cali. I didn't say California. I'm so
This is a
cool.
disaster.
It really is. And I am everybody's least favorite person who lives in their walls, at least. Some call me Queen, but everybody here calls me Jana after the legendary Jana Jules.
We've got to stop talking over each other.
We really do.
Okay. All right.
Anyways, what were you doing again?
I don't know. I'm just gonna pick a page from quotations from Chairman Mao. We're gonna start there.
All right. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna probably try to chillax.
Page
Put on my
129.
headphones. I have the Spider-Man Pizza theme bass boosted on.
Page 129 from the 2012 edition of Quotations from Chairman Mao. As for the imperialist countries, we should unite with their peoples and strive to coexist peacefully with those countries, do business with them, and prevent any possible war, but under no circumstances should we harbor any unrealistic notions about them, on the correct handling of contradictions, Among the People, 27th of February 1957, first pocket edition.
Yo, the
I
pocket
find,
edition, that's kind of fun.
yeah, I find this quote to be especially strange, I guess, because it seems like
What do you mean? How?
well, during the Sino-Soviet split, was not one of the uh, was not one of the platforms from which Mao criticized the USSR the concept of peaceful coexistence with the West.
Yeah, from what I've heard, Mao was somewhat cavalier with nuclear weapons. But not cavalier. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like not careful, but he could have been more careful. I guess. I think.
Well, I do
I
have.
don't know.
Precarious?
I
I'm the
don't have
least
this.
knowledgeable one here.
Yeah, I don't have the. I don't think I have this page bookmarked, but I do remember in this book, Mao did call nuclear weapons paper tigers. But yeah, really what I want to discuss is why it seems as though Mao has said this while criticizing the USSR for their peaceful coexistence idea.
Well, those might have been at different times um in in his history. I mean, he's like everyone. He is a historical figure. I
Of
mean,
course.
his mind changed. His mind could have changed during any moment of his life. And wasn't he the one who opened up relations with the USA?
Um, maybe.
Yeah,
I
I can find a picture of
well,
Mao
yeah, it
and
was
Nixon.
a Nixon visit. Yeah. Yeah, we've just received an audience call from one of our spectators. It's a drawing of Seto
Yep.
Kaiba.
Wonderful drawing. It's right there, nested underneath Ralph Nader and the table.
Edit the drawing
I
like
really
right
want to
when we
see
say
what
this
the.
edited into the
I
video.
closed GIMP. I just threw it on one of the sources in OBS and then just slapped it on there.
Leave
That
the
that is
fucking
that represents our audience member, the 2 micrometer wonder. It's the 2 micrometer. That shit
anyway.
fucking up.
Dana, do you have any opinions on this particular Mao quote?
Um,
I
I can't
I
say I
think he
feel
is
too
right.
strongly about it.
Did I pick a
I think
shitty
he
quote?
is right because any offensive war during this era of nuclear weapons between two great powers could only end horribly for the world. So I
Yeah.
think he is right.
In the same book, it is worth noting. Obviously, quotations from Chairman Mao isn't one monolith.
Mm-hmm.
It is compiled from a variety of
Oh
different
yeah.
sources. But in another source, he does specifically call the nuclear weapon a paper tiger.
What
Uh,
does that mean, really? Like, I'm kind of confused what that means.
Group home.
uh,
Let me finish
yeah.
my yogurt in my mouth right now. Okay,
Well, from
so a
my
paper tiger is, you know what a paper tiger means, right? Or
No, not really.
okay, so a paper tiger is essentially like an oxymoron, sort of like jumbo shrimp or something. Because a tiger is supposed to be fierce, right? But if it's
Yeah,
made of paper,
but
it's more just pretending to be like something that's strong.
yeah.
It's also apparently a
well,
furniture item in Animal Crossing, and that definition I think is what Mal was going for.
I don't understand that. Like, does he mean that it's not actually a threat? Like, did he
I
not
don't think he
understand
means that it's
nuclear
not a
fallout?
threat, but it's thin.
Yeah, from my understanding, a paper tiger, um, he from
Does
my
he mean like
understanding,
they
when
wouldn't?
when Mao refers to nuclear war as a paper tiger, from my understanding, he's saying, um, precisely that it isn't as scary as people make it out to be. And
Fallout Mal.
yeah, which I personally disagree with that notion. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly look up when the Sino-Soviet split happened.
And I believe the Nixon visit happened after the Sino-Soviet split, because China was still a developing country, and I think they needed some kind of backing
Yeah, that was
at the
1972.
time.
1972 was Nixon's visit. The Sino-Soviet split, just according to Wikipedia, began on 1956. So this quote about peaceful coexistence with the West, which is dated the 27th of February 1957, was only 1 year after the Sino-Soviet split.
I mean, when did he call them? When did he say the paper tiger quote?
Oh, that's a different quote. I don't know if I have it. I don't
Because he
actually know.
could have said that when Stalin was alive and when they were like great pals.
I think it was from a different time. The paper tiger quote was something else. That was a different quote. But that was just sort of more to justify my point that
I'd
yeah.
love to play a Fallout game with Chairman Mao.
Imagine
Anyway,
going back in time and showing video games to Chairman Mao.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd be good.
And then he's like, what the fuck is this?
So listen, you move to the character select screen and then you press Sora.
And it's really cool. The bear tells these students to kill each other. Isn't this the best game ever? And then he sends you away
So,
because
guys,
he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Guys.
See, Mao, this is why you're wrong. It's this epic game called Hearts of Iron 4.
Imagine
Okay,
it.
yeah, next topic, because we've sort of
Forcing Chairman Mao to play his
sort of-
chain-based check during the Chinese Civil War.
Making Chairman Mao play Danganronpa.
Okay, because we've exhausted this fucking peaceful coexistence thing, since we've sort of just said, yeah, okay, that's a thing. Yeah, would Chairman Mao think of Hearts of Iron 4?
Oh my god,
Probably
he
hate
would
it.
abandon his principles immediately.
You think that Hearts of Iron 4 is a gateway towards revisionism?
Yes.
Yeah, well, Hoyb's muted himself.
What a man.
And, well, I guess we can try and get some very quick, semi-serious discussion in here.
Go for it.
Well, this was sort of... Even though this only exists because I fucking, because this only exists because I fucking lost a bet, it's never going to be that good. Yeah.
Oh, if you think this is a one-time thing, you're severely mistaken.
Every single time I try to do something, there is immediately a distraction, and I need to mute myself. It's a very noisy apartment building.
Just stop. You've been owned, I guess.
In our international relations, we Chinese people should get rid of great power chauvinism resolutely, thoroughly, wholly, and completely. And that was from In Commemoration of Dr. Sun Yat-sen, November 1956. So how do we feel about that quote? Do you think that China has gotten rid of great power chauvinism, or...
I found a pistachio on my floor, and it's really fucking squishy.
Most intelligent Marxist talk.
Honestly, yeah, this went to shit a long time ago. But I'm
sorry,
gonna
that was
try.
so funny. Let's keep going. We're gonna hit at least an hour and a half.
But yeah. So how do you guys feel about the quote I just posted? Well,
What's the quote?
oh, okay.
Oh,
In our
good God.
international relations, we Chinese people should get rid of great power chauvinism resolutely, thoroughly, wholly, and completely in commemoration of Dr. Sun Yat-sen, November 1956. Do you think that China has lived up to that idea put forward?
I agree with critical here. It doesn't have enough oomph. Also, Jana,
Yeah,
you should probably be recording voice chat.
I have
Um,
been.
you haven't, or you have?
I have been.
Oh, okay.
Everyone's being recorded right now. No, oh, you mean the text chat?
Yeah, the text chat.
Oh,
I feel like a much more interesting quote to talk about would be, I forget if it's Mao, Z, or Deng, but it was a quote that said, if I remember it correctly, I'm paraphrasing it here. China will never seek, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the hegemony? China will never seek hegemony or um power over the third world. Um, we may become of the first world, but we will always belong to the third world.
I think that's a very good quote. It might have been
And I
G.
think that was Z. And he was like at a meeting with an African president.
In some ways, I find it similar to the quote I mentioned earlier about getting rid of great power chauvinism. And it clearly shows that in an ideological sense, um, they are in this way staying true to what Mao originally proposed.
What? I kind of like misunderstood. I didn't like catch what you just said. Like I said, I don't understand.
do it
It
again. I
sounds like
wasn't
everything
looking.
we say we end as a question.
Yeah, that's how Australians talk. Everything we say ends as a question.
Most of the time, of American. It's because I'm paying attention to the fucking voice chat channel, the text channel.
Well, Jenna, why don't you add something to this shit show of a
Uh,
podcast?
Yeah, Merhut,
my
why don't you do something?
my brain kind of bakes sometimes, so I wasn't really sure what to say.
Sharing here.
It's the shittiest.
It really is.
This isn't bad. Like
There's
I've heard worse
informed.
podcasts.
Please. Yeah, we need his help. We are like 5-year-olds trying to like.
We're not 5-year-olds. We just need to like
Fuck.
move into the comedy section
Yeah,
of
only
this
you are.
already.
Only you are a
No,
5-year-old.
the comedy section comes later, and I already have the topic for the comedy section when this inevitably goes beyond repair.
You mean like now?
I
No,
will
we
fight you for
can
control
still
of
put your
this
first.
of
Okay,
the conversation.
We'll
next
fucking
Mao
wrangle you
quote
as
that
the
I have
host.
pinned.
Shush, we're moving on.
As I have said that all reputedly powerful reactionaries are merely paper tigers. The reason that they were discovered, yeah, the 2012 edition is notoriously poorly translated. So I'm just going to read this exactly as it's written. The reason that they are divorced from the people look was not Hitler a paper tiger, was Hitler not overthrown. I also said that the Tsar of Russia, the Emperor of China, and Japanese imperialism were all paper tigers. As we know, they were all overthrown. US imperialism has not yet been overthrown, and it has the atom bomb. I believe it also will be overthrown too. It too is a paper tiger. Speech at the Moscow meeting of Communist and Workers' Parties, 18th of November, 1957.
I think he is right because I don't think the atom bomb affects direct imperialism like Iraq. Like there have been like some weird crazy people on the fringes of American politics that have advocated for like nuking Tehran, but those even for the insane right-wing hellscape that is American political chatter, no one is advocating for nuclear devices against any major imperialist target. Yeah, that sounds right.
It's smarter than what most of us have said.
God fucking damn it! I was right. I am carrying this podcast.
Well, you don't have to brag about it.
Yeah,
No, I do actually.
Have some fucking modesty.
Yeah.
No, modesty is for liberals.
Yeah, you're a gamer.
I'm a gamer. Why are you proud of me? I'm a professional gamer.
Yeah, but so Mao believes that the US is a paper tiger.
From if that is the big paper tiger quote that we were discussing earlier, I think what he actually means is that the atom bomb does not directly affect imperialist efforts. I think that doesn't sound right. No.
Just so I mention, the atom bomb quote and the quote about the atom bomb quote is a different quote.
Okay. Wait. Just we need to engage with the audience.
Yeah.
We're losing our 2 viewers.
Okay.
Okay.
Audience, feel free to add your opinions on the USA as a paper tiger.
Yeah, alright, okay. So I'm gonna be reading the voice chat. Murha just said
If you didn't know, Murha is the
make a
creator of
fake
the
Murha
Seto
clip
Kaiba
right now. Okay,
image.
Murha didn't actually say what I'm about to say. She said, Lobster, can you read what Murha just said?
What the Alkmandulia or whatever
I
it
love
is.
how occasionally
No,
Lobster's mic
make up
just
something
fucking
funny.
descends into the depths.
Oh, Murha said I am incredibly tiny and miniature.
Murha just said she supports the government of Saudi Arabia. Big troll. We do a
Murha
little
is like,
trolling.
actually, I lied to you all. I'm the size of 2 plank lengths. I'm going subatomic. How am I typing on this keyboard? Well, I asked my
Planks
brother.
are subatomic.
Yeah, I know.
This is the shittiest.
Okay, we're gonna get canceled.
So we can't get off the air. We're actually filing restraining order on all of you. Thank you, Murha.
I can't believe I didn't pay for this.
If I could right now, I would I would quite carelessly form every continent into a superstate, and as well as every subcontinent, and I would appoint all my friends as the leaders of the world. Easy. It's called an easy W.
Yeah.
Epic win.
Wow.
Oh god, it's gone such to shit.
Yeah. Lobster, give me honor so I can kill you.
Wait, no, don't purge me, please.
Okay.
Why would I worry about being purged by a thimble?
We can salvage this before we get onto our final part.
Okay.
Our
Okay.
Why
final
don't you
part.
pick the topic this time? We were going to talk about lab-grown meat, but it seems like we're just not going to bother with that anymore.
Yeah, I lost that. We already exhausted that before we started recording.
That before the podcast.
We're like, oh, we're gonna do a little discussion on lab-grown meat, and then it just went straight to hell.
I think this podcast started to go downhill when I mentioned Mao playing Zora.
Yeah, thanks.
Of course.
Anyway,
it went straight to slurs. Excuse me, Crit.
You find a topic and discuss it.
Hoib, you pick a topic.
Fucking hell!
Let's go.
Don't give Hoib the topic.
So now we are going to discuss the short story.
I can't make a topic.
No, we're not.
The Library of Babel is about a man who does not know his own identity, and
Yeah, fucking
he is
someone
trapped
give
in
me a
a
link to the
infinite.
Quran.
He is trapped in a infinite library, and he does not feel hunger, and he does not feel thirst. And every single every single room he enters is a hexagon, and there's 5 shelves per wall, and there's 32 volumes per
Are we talking
shelf,
like the shells,
and
like the
there's
pasta shape?
435 pages per per book, and every single combination of that is inside this like near infinite library that when someone actually mathed it out would be bigger than the universe.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
cool
It's a
story.
pretty cool short story.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
Why did you do this? I specifically didn't want to talk about this short story. Thank you, Lobster. I'm glad I can sort that you
And then
getting
there's
to
the adaptation of it called A Short Stay in Hell,
Oh
where a
no.
devout Mormon is sent to Zoroastrian hell after he dies, and he has to find his life story, and he wastes like 1 quintillion years in this hell, and he finds like other people, but he always loses them, and it's really sad. And it ends with him spending like 1 billion years plummeting down to the bottom of the hexagons, and then he starts his search all over again.
That's probably how Lobster felt hearing you talk about that short story.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
All
There's
right,
like
how about you? How about
800
you pick the
quintillion
topic?
more
Please
stories
pick the
about the
topic,
library.
Lobster. I
But
can't
don't
pick topics.
care about it. Okay, this podcast is beyond redemption, so we're going to talk about my
How,
next
how about you?
topic.
How about you talk about the metagame in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links right now?
I
all right,
think it's pendulums right now because pendulums have just came out.
Yeah, didn't Pendulums
I
finally
don't.
drop?
Yeah, I don't give a shit about pendulums. I spend all my gems on chronomalies
I
because I
spent all
like
my
them.
gems on the right decision, Blue Eyes Evolution.
Yeah, I
actually, I have a topic. I have
no,
a topic right now.
we're gonna do my topic because we did your topic. Was Peter Griffin from Family Guy a class collaborationist?
No,
Explain your evidence.
I am the certified Family Guy expert. That was a God-given title, by God himself. Like he came down and he said, "Hey, bro, before you kill me, because you're a Sigma male, you're the Family Guy expert." And I said, "Okay, you can live in my basement for another 3 years, God." And this podcast makes total sense. And there is a episode of
How long's this been
the
going on?
family. Hey, shut the fuck up, man. Hey, shut the fuck
We
up, man.
are
I'll
not
exercise
even
my
half an
board
hour
limits
in.
here. There is a episode of Family Guy where he is trying to watch Rocky 4, and he buys a Russian bootleg of it, and at the end, when the Russian fighter comically wins, which is a subversion of the normal Rocky 4 plot, he holds up a sign that says "Workers of the World Unite," and Cleveland points this out, and then Peter stops him, and he goes, "Hey, now wait, that's actually a good idea."
Holy shit!
So no.
Peter Griffin's a revolutionary.
Yeah, shut the fuck
Wow.
up, Lobster.
Yeah. I was just asking if Peter was a class collaborationist. But you very succinctly made your point, and yeah. All right, now we're gonna read the chat. Let the people of the gospel judge that by which Allah hath revealed therein. Who whoso judgeth not that by that which Allah hath revealed, such are evil livers. Your Allah is one Allah. There is no Allah save Him.
Holy shit, we're actually gonna get banned for like Islamic activity if we're like posting this to YouTube. They're gonna fucking ban us, man. I swear to God.
Think thou not those unto whom a portion of the scripture have been given, how they purchase error and seek to make you parentheses Muslims err from the right way. And when
So-
thou bringest it's not a verse.
No, bro, I mean it. This other guy, I remember this guy got banned for reading the Quran, ironically, and like with all the shit we say about how like, oh, we're violent revolutionaries. If we are actually gonna get our ass fucking banned.
For reading from
this is the Legend of Korra.
Yeah, this podcast. This was a disaster.
Oh, it was a
This is gonna
disaster,
last
but
three
it's been
episodes,
fun.
and then Susan Wojcicki is gonna come and fucking ice pick us all in the head.
We need to
I
make
knew that this would turn into total shit. But I at least kind of wanted to discuss Marxist concepts.
we can
We
try.
I did good. I did good. Jana didn't, cause she's shit.
No,
Shut up, nerd.
You were the worst, Toy. You just rambled about. No,
No. When we were discussing Chairman Mao, I did better than
This could have gone
both.
so well, but the moment you mentioned the cryptid beast that is Hearts of Iron 4, it went downhill.
Okay. Let's try and get. How long have we been going for?
We haven't even been going half an hour. Oh no, we just hit half an hour.
Okay, fuck. We've got to keep going because this should be like an hour long.
Time dilates in hell.
Let's try and find another semi-Marxist topic to discuss, I guess.
No, let's not. Let's go to Hearts of Iron 4 so that this can degenerate
Shut up!
faster.
No, I don't want to talk about map game.
Yeah.
I'll turn it back to
Chat
map game.
says
You watch.
Islamic activity.
I'll turn you
Lemaire,
into a map
sob
game.
emoji, sob emoji. For reading from the Legend of Korra.
Did you just read out the sob emojis?
Yeah, it's funnier. I wish I didn't lose sleep over this. Oh no, I could have slept a good 7 hours, but I had to sit through this. This is the best. It's 5:40 currently, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Tell them about Pulitzer, Lobster. What the fuck is a Pulitzer?
It's a Pulitzer.
Yeah, wow.
He died for France. Okay.
So you are French. Or else you wouldn't know this.
Yeah,
Ah, we knew it. All right.
Yeah,
so for
we figured it out, guys.
We've been
Critical's
attempting to find out where the fuck Crit is from for the past hour or so.
It's somewhere in Western Europe.
No, wait, have I?
Does Jana? Oh shit, yo. Well,
Listen,
it's accurate.
Critical,
You know, I'm the
country
gatekeeper of heaven.
is not doxing you. But your town is, and you live at 1-3.
1-3 double load.
We do a little trolling. We do a medium, large amount of trolling.
Fucking, we gotta discuss something, because we've got another half hour of this shit.
Come on, Critical. We need interaction.
Let's attempt.
You know what? Chat's gonna give us a sensible idea.
Alright,
God,
give us a topic. Just read the Quran. Do we want to get banned off YouTube? Alright, next topic. You know what? Just put it. Let's just accumulate topics, put them on a wheel, and spin it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea. Here, I'm gonna ask the biggest server I'm in for topics, and I'm not gonna tell you which server that is.
It's probably like the Fart Sniffers Discord or some shit.
Yep, legendary server, the Fart Sniffers Discord. In this world, you are either a smart fellow or a fart smeller.
Maybe I'll ask that Nation RP server that me and Waffle are in.
No! That's
Yay! Get fucked.
It'll just be like war crimes denial.
That's a good argument, but unfortunately, here's your exact address.
Nice argument. Unfortunately, I had sexual intercourse with your mother.
Spelling mistake. I win.
Teacher, okay, class. Today we're gonna be kicking the shit out of Ryan. Named Ryan.
Ryan, like fucking Ryan's toy
reviewers. We're not gonna talk about
reviewers.
that because no one will get it.
Okay. So
Oh.
All right. So they gave me a topic. The topic is balls. Discuss.
No.
Are we talking?
Then
Are we
Peter
talking?
Griffin
Yeah, okay. Have you guys played balls on the SNES?
The word balls.
Wait, was it ball? Was ball? No, balls was a PS1 game, right? Yeah, you ever played balls on the PS1?
Yeah, okay. I don't have a PS1, so I haven't played balls.
You could always use extremely legal, definitely real. I am a threat. Feds, if you're listening. Definitely legal, very real methods to play balls
You know
on the
that
PS1.
one
Apparently
Gianni
the PS1
Montenegro or whatever the fuck his name is video where it's like, I
Lil
am a
Nas?
threat to society. All my posts are serious. Be afraid.
Apparently the PS1 was supported up until like 2013.
Yeah, it was kind of wild.
Okay.
Support these nuts.
Let's talk about something. Let's talk about something
Shut
that
up, you're
isn't
like 3
shit.
years old.
Yeah, let's talk about something that isn't shit, please.
Alright, so we're taking
Merha,
Hearts of
you're
Iron off the
sensible.
topic
Give us
list.
a topic.
You're sensible, telling Thimble over here it makes
Hey,
sense.
you fucking people.
Fair
We
enough.
need a non-religious oh, wait, no. We can't talk about the debacle.
Yes, we're talking about snowing with an
Okay,
18-wheeler.
guys, no, I'm changing the topic right now. Jana, I'm gonna mute you.
Wait,
We
no.
need to talk about why Lobster ran over his dog with an 18-wheeler.
I
Wait, why would
didn't.
you mute me if we're talking about why
Intentionally.
Lobster ran over his dog with an
He's
18-wheeler?
on my bed.
Yeah, you know, it's not running
right
over
now.
if you do it intentionally. It's more of a hit and run.
Yeah,
Like,
you know, you got
this
okay.
dog
So,
was just like
so you guys
walking
know, like,
around saving orphans from falling in the road. And then Lobster saw this, and that made him so demonstrably angry that he just.
okay, so you guys know the scene where Brian Griffin dies, right? So Lobster was a big fan of that scene, so he was
Snowy
like,
to
I
Brian
really need to do it
Griffin.
again.
Don't compare Snow to Brian Griffin. I'm offended on her behalf.
Good. It was meant to be derogatory.
Brian is my least favorite Family Guy character.
I like Stewie because he has the funny British accent.
Wow.
He
This
has
is a really
the
good
funny.
Marxist podcast.
It's only Marxist because you won't read another fucking quote, man. If you want to make it all political.
Okay, yeah, well, that was kind of meant to
Yeah,
be
you
the point.
fucking SJW.
Obviously, I expected it to degenerate, but, like, okay, next quote.
The BTS, I can play as black people in chess. I didn't know it was political.
Damn, that's pretty
Next quote.
political.
Those who take all this as a technical matter and not one of basic attitude are indeed wrong, and they should correct their view. On protracted WA, May 1938, Selected Works, Volume 2, pp. 186 to 187.
Can you
Obviously,
read that again? Let's talk about Gamal. Let's talk about
I was
Pan-Arabism.
waiting for someone to fucking go, oh, he said, remember when we were watching in the Del Toro Quest anime and they said, come.
Literal
Come was one of the
3-year-old.
greatest moments of this server. Marha, I'm gonna force mute you for 12 days if you don't unmute and tell us about Pan-Arabism. Right now.
Yeah,
You should.
You're the only one that can have an opinion.
Pan-Arabism, that's at least a semi-political topic.
Yeah. Sorry, Marha. You better do it right now.
I was watching, you know that guy who just draws everything as rectangles?
There are a lot of those. You need to elaborate.
Pan-Arabism.
Well, political prisoner.
Is it simple?
Murha.
Oh,
3, 5, 5.
I was watching this video.
Oh,
and
they look
Murha,
like
you have 12 seconds to unmute.
They look like Minecraft knockoffs.
Yeah, I was watching this video, and it seemed to portray that Saudi Arabia supported Pan-Arabism. Did Saudi Arabia support Pan-Arabism?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Murha, you better unmute.
That's a question for
in the
Murha
next 10
to
seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Uno, tres, cuatro, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Shut up, everyone!
Raggy, turn to mute Murha.
Yeah. Murha, personal Keebler elf.
Yeah, Murha, did Saudi Arabia support Pan-Arabism?
Damn it.
That's not how you... Please don't actually mute people.
You tried.
Right.
Anyway. Okay, yeah, well, she doesn't know. Next topic.
How do
How
you
don't you
feel
know the
about
entire
Ben
history?
Garrison getting hospitalized? Or not hospitalized? Actually, now that I remember.
was it really?
No, he wasn't because he refuses to go to a hospital. I forgot.
I was talking to Merha, but
Oh,
Alright, okay.
whoops.
Critical gave us a topic. I'm gonna mute Lobster because he has no input on this. We're talking about the
Fuck off.
US.
No, you can't mute me.
Big troll! We do a little troll.
I can
Troll's a
literally
bit
just
hard.
unmute myself. I own this server.
Oh yeah, wait, you own things? That seems kind of capitalistic, man.
Yeah,
When are we gonna get the
remember we're just
when are we
doing
gonna get
that.
the horizontally organized server? The
Yeah.
the
Anyway,
diagonally organized server.
US healthcare, I guess.
Alright, so US healthcare is bad. Close podcast.
It's poo poo pee pee bullshit. Anyways, next topic.
Yeah.
Okay,
I am
let
pretty
me go.
sure most of my viewers are Australian, so
Alright, okay, so
How
the
about we talk
reason
about
why
something
US healthcare is
Australian?
bad is because it's like America in every way in that it's centered around appeasing corporatists and just generating more money for the upper class instead of helping any one person. No, America's government will never submit to that ever, because they will never like field any ground. They will never do that unless the public demands it personally and violently. Like in 1940, there was a socialist uprising in Oklahoma, I believe, a few years earlier before the major social programs of FDR, and of course that uprising was sadly crushed, but it was enough to wake up the American government fast enough for them to implement social programs which tided the American people over long enough for a war to come and increase nationalism and popularity in the government. And that tided Americans over long enough until now, where we are on the brink of either them appeasing the populace again or collapsing. Hopefully,
wow, that was
okay, I'm done now.
actually
I need to drink
insightful.
water.
Well, that was
don't actually
actually
think I could
insightful.
add
Where did you
anything.
steal that quote from?
I didn't. That was straight out of the Hoyd mind.
I don't think
Wow.
I could really add on anything that isn't just repeating what Hoib said.
Yeah, we all agree with Hoyb. Next topic.
How about we
Shit,
go
man,
to
I
your
need to
side of the
drink water.
planet? Let's go to
Do it.
Australia.
Um,
What topics there do you want to talk about?
okay. Alright, I can talk about Australia. The New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian and the Deputy Premier Giovanni, in quotations, John Barilaro, have both resigned. Gladys Berejiklian, after she was investigated after ICAC came out that they were investigating her for corruption charges, and John Barilaro, ostensibly because of the ongoing, I think it's a civil lawsuit, um, towards YouTuber comedian Friendly Geordies over um over accusations of defamation. So New South Wales, the most important state in Australia, and I'm sure that some fucking Queenslanders will get pissy, to which I say, fuck you Queenslanders, go make out with cane toads. But the
Christ.
most important state in Australia just lost both of its premiers. I think the new New South Wales premier has been came in, but we haven't figured out who the deputy premier is. Yeah, Dominic Perrottet is our new premier, and Paul Toole is our deputy premier. Dominic representing the New South Wales Liberal Party. Paul Toole representing, I believe, the National Party, because because whenever the coalition's in power, the Liberal gets the premiership and the National gets the deputy. So yeah, I'm pretty big scandal in Australian politics.
Nice.
I gotta find a charger.
Yeah, I will say that I did see one quote. It was a Twitter quote that I disagree with. It was something along the lines of like, Gladys Berejiklian is proof that a shitty boyfriend can cost you a woman her political career, but rape accusations won't. And look, I think one of the federal ministers has rape allegations against him, and yeah, I think that he should. If it turns out there's credibility behind them, he should be fucking thrown in prison. Not just lose his political career, he should be in prison. But I do disagree with the notion that it was Gladys's shitty boyfriend that cost her political career. She was having an affair with a married man.
Oof.
And that's not the only reason why ICAC is investigating her. She mishandled grant money, and she mishandled grant money. So she was extremely corrupt, and she's on record. We have recordings or something of her being told corruption and saying, "I don't need to hear about that." And so the ICAC is investigating her for corruption, and it's not just because she was having an affair with a married man. Um, During the time where her affair with a married man was popular, the media was very vehemently spinning on, oh, this is just a matter between two private individuals. Um, and they were very much trying to paint Gladys as like a victim of the whole thing, which I don't agree with. And the second point, about the rape allegations, obviously if there's credibility, he should be in fucking prison. But the leader of the Labour Party, Luke Foley, had sexual harassment allegations put against him, and he ended up resigning, and the media was spinning. Whereas Gladys was saying whereas the media was saying about Gladys, the woman who trusted too much, like, oh, if she has a flaw, it's that she's too perfect, which I'm just parroting from Friendly Joys. Whereas the media was when Luke Foley's allegations came up, it was like Luke Foley must resign today. So I don't think it's a matter of gender in this case. I think it's more simply a matter of how much resources you have to cover corruption. Anyone have anything they want to add to my points?
Have we reached an hour yet?
Just, I can't really add much, but damn. Wow.
Come on, Janet. You need to think of something, man. We've been
have, like,
carrying this podcast by ourselves.
Even if you have like questions or something. No one?
I'm trying to think of questions.
Wow.
That was the most insightful
Wait.
I think I've ever heard you, though.
No, it's okay. I kind of rambled. It's okay, Merha. I take no offense. It's
I haven't been
okay.
paying attention to the voice chat. I've
Dutch
been having to
bread.
do shit.
What does Panic
Pancakes
Co-op's name sound
is
like?
Dutch for pancakes.
Heck. Mm,
It's half a press.
that's why he's. Yeah.
Well, I am flattered that you thought I sounded very intelligent saying that.
It was pretty insightful. Because, I mean, I don't really have the energy to keep up with fucking Australia and its fandanglings, I guess. So
We're not a very
I
relevant
felt like I actually
nation.
learned something.
We're a massive economy, but we're not a very relevant nation. Even this one might be one. This one, because it affects you guys as well. The AUKUS Treaty.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
The AUKUS Treaty, where where Australia,
Um,
the Prime Minister of France actually recalled Australia's ambassador because we're buying nuclear subs from the United
holy
States
shit.
now.
They're doing
Australia has
what
9
now?
more submarines. How will China recover?
Yeah, China's very scared of our 9 submarines, and we
I'd
actually
be afraid of
we
9
actually
submarines.
cancelled our deal with France because we were going to buy subs from France. And we didn't let the French know, so they recalled their ambassadors, and he's not answering Scott Morrison's calls. But since you guys are American, you actually might have insight related to the AUKUS treaty.
Yeah, okay. Alright, let me shoot again. Actually, wait, Janet, you got something to say first? Because, like, I really think you should say something first.
Me?
No, Janet.
Yeah, Janet.
Huh?
Any, anything to add about the AUKUS treaty?
Um, I'd be scared of 9 submarines, I guess.
Okay. Alright, time to fire off. Alright,
But yeah,
the
no,
AUKUS treaty shows how ready America is to betray its most faithful allies purely to undercut China in any way possible. And this was really like a bad move because like every time they do this, I believe Germany in like internationally, like trade deal wise, has already shown that it values China over the United States. And now I believe there was a poll recently that shows that public opinion of the United States and France has like severely decreased after this. Um he and so they may have just lost another ally, and when the next European meeting comes to vote on whether or not they accept a trade deal from China or the United States, it may come down to France, and they may have just lost one of their most powerful allies ever. Uh and it was a really fucking dumb move by Biden.
I will say, it is very quick that the United States does betray its allies. Um, Australia's largest trading partner by far is China. We are very close to China. Um, and it is thanks to Gough Whitlam that Australia had a massive wealth increase. And obviously, the United States has betrayed Australia before. Gough Whitlam was deposed in what many people consider a coup, because the Governor General was in contacts with the CIA, and Australia was planning to move towards a more neutral aligned country. And what happened? He got couped.
Damn.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
this treaty is foolish. Very
it
foolish.
is. It is probably one of the greatest missteps in nonviolent U.S. foreign policy that I have seen. Actually, like in my lifetime, because like France is like one of the holdbacks that is keeping what I would say a semi-China aligned Germany when it comes to trade. Um, when it comes to trade, uh, France is one of the holdbacks that keeps them from talking. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. That keeps the European Union from accepting trade deals from China, and they just lost that. And now every single time they do shit like this, they keep losing more and more shit. Like they support Brexit. Now they've lost a huge conservative vote in the European Union because now Britain is gone, and they support they support AUKUS, and now they have lost France, and I'm pretty sure the Communist Party of Portugal has some pretty big ideas, and also they're really cool. So
Yeah.
I think every time Biden like actually like picks up the phone to call a European leader, China gains another $1 billion.
Holy shit! Joe Biden was the president we needed. And I say the president we needed because he's basically my country's president as well. Scott Morrison is a
Oh my god. I
puny.
really need to stop talking and like get a drink of water.
Yeah, go
This
grab
is
water.
I'm wasting my allotted 3 seconds of brain power on a fucking podcast per
Hey,
year.
it's It's better than wasted on map games. Anyway, yeah, AUKUS treaty. It's an incredibly foolish decision. Not only because it has been
Any French politician that aligns themselves with the United States, I don't think has a high chance of being elected, especially a prime minister.
Well, France is a very is France still a very NATO aligned current country?
Yeah, it is, but this was like a huge betrayal.
Of course it was. Yeah. Critical. Is France a very NATO aligned country?
We're still trying to fucking. I don't know. God damn it! Fucking played us.
Yeah, he played us. I will say, the Australian media, especially during the last federal election, was harping up China as a war threat. Clive Palmer ran ads on the television
Of
about
course they fucking.
a fucking an airstrip in Western Australia that apparently will be used to wage war again. That China will use to invade us. I think that the Liberal Party still pursues relations with China, but they pursue very unequal relations in the sense that they sell themselves. I think the largest investors of water in Australia, and remember we're going through massive droughts, is China. Chinese cotton farms, especially. A Liberal Party MP was found, I think, to have ties to the Communist Party of China in some way or form.
Well, that must suck for the Liberal Party of Australia because they're gonna have to deal with that.
Kind of sucks for Australia because and this might be a semi-controversial, but in some ways it feels like we do get fucked over by the Chinese in a few ways. And that's because we constantly pursue higher relations with the US and skew our relations with China, whereas under like Labour Prime Minister Kevin Rudd or Gough Whitlam, it was a very much a equal relationship, and that's why like investment from China without just fucking over the country. So China has less of an incentive to treat Australia as an equal because we just constantly spit on them. And that ends up being a bad thing for us.
Okay, now we got to talk about what Merha wants to talk about.
Okay. Apparently Canada and Germany closed their Syrian embassies to stop Syrians voting in May 2021. Which election? Is this more specific?
It
Syrian
was
one?
it was Assad's fourth re-election,
Yeah, okay.
which was surveyed by like I think 64 countries. 64 countries vetted that shit, and they said it's completely fair, and he got 84% of the vote because he's a fucking Chad.
Boss. Apparently his dad was better. Apparently
I've heard that his dad was like
my source
he's
is
much more like free than his dad.
my source was some random person on YouTube who lives in Syria apparently, and they said and someone was like, I'm from Syria, and someone's like, how do you feel about Assad? And it's like, I think his dad was better, but he said his dad was better. So Syrians from voting in May 2021. That's referring to the Syrian election. I just don't understand the point. Did they
It
think
was uh,
did they think that it was going to make more votes come to Syria? Maybe it's me, but I feel like Syrian refugees. I don't know. This is a hunch. Wouldn't Syrian refugees
did
be
they
more likely to support the Syrian opposition, or is that
did
simply
they
not
think
the case?
that that Syrian refugees would turn the vote of like in favor of Assad that he was like on the brink of losing, that it was going to be like Florida 2000 in there. 12 votes make the difference of a country.
Oh, was that was on with like Al Gore or something, wasn't it?
Oh my god, dude! I could talk about the 2000 Florida election for like a fucking. I could fill the rest of our fucking runtime.
Maybe.
Maybe I
But
should.
we'll get
Maybe I
back to
should.
the
Let's go.
Syrian embassy thing.
Yeah, right. I want to talk about the 2000 election after this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Are we
Holy shit! That's
like
like 12.
what? It's 12:07, and I kind of want to hurry up. How much? How long have we been doing this?
Yeah.
We have hit an hour.
All right.
All right.
We will
Next time,
quickly-
I am going to scream about the 2000 election for about 30 minutes. I
Do
look
you
forward
want
to
to cut it
seeing this
here?
on Lobster's YouTube channel.
All right. Thanks everyone. Thank you to our audience members who joined us.
Mm-hmm.
It was
I
your
promise
mom
next
and
time
generic Western European.
we'll actually be structured.
What do you
Hopefully.
mean will actually be straight? Yeah. Hopefully next time, now that we've figured out like what we're
It's episode 0. We know this ain't exactly gonna be the most stable of things.
Beater.
This was very good for a first try.
Yeah, once we actually sat down for a moment, we actually got discussion done.
We should.
My
I
audio
hate
is
to
gonna
say-
be so shit.
I hate to say, you actually sound fine. All right, one last question from Critical. But just before he asks it, I do want to say I think we shit posted too much this time. We should tone it down just
Nah,
a
we
little.
didn't ship us enough.
Because it was sort of
we
like
accidentally swapped
start
around the order.
serious.
We accidentally
I was
swapped around the.
expecting.
Yeah.
Can you make the title of this Chairman Mao plays plays
No.
Hearts of Iron 4?
Okay, so
Fucking
what I was trying to say is, I feel like we accidentally swapped around the serious discussion and the shit posting part of this thing.
I was expecting the shit posting to be at the end, but it was like really
It was
bad
all at the
discussion
beginning.
at the start, shit posting in the middle, serious and good discussion in the end.
Yeah,
What game
I
are you
mean, at
playing?
least we finally got all the parts. We just structured them wrong, like a really, really fucked up Gundam.
Alright,
want
okay,
my-
so Critical's
I have
question
a
was
Gundam.
about
I
Hearts
have
of
a
Iron 4,
Gundam model.
so we're not going to answer it. Thank you, good night. I'm banning Critical right now.
We
I
attempt. Go on.
I have a Gundam, and I want to get a fucking replacement part because I accidentally broke one of the leg joints. But fucking hell, there's nowhere that sells those parts, and I'm really sad.
Yeah, you're gonna have to buy a whole ass new kit. Yeah, it's like we really just fucked up making the Megazord, but in the end we made the Megazord and we beat the villain of the week anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, engage with the audience. Too many Anglos in one voice chat.
So
Yeah.
true.
I think I'm mostly Irish.
Yeah, bitch, I'm fucking Scottish. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, Dinesh, so based.
Yeah, you're
You could be
literally
British.
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
One of your ancestors could have been born in a British-controlled province. So, really, shut the fuck up, British.
Critical says engage with the
Murha
audience.
Anglo,
and
Murha
says
Anglo.
nothing else. Critical, one more.
Alright.
Alright, one more question, but both you and Critical have to ask it.
Yeah, you have to agree on a question.
Yeah. It can be anything.
Well, not anything.
It can be anything.
Yeah, maybe we don't get banned for TOS on
It
the
can be
first episode.
anything. It can be anything, and there's a little asterisk there. So that's it. You fucking wow. What a shit show. Okay, I'm just gonna pretend that they asked a question. Critical and Merha asks, doing your mum.
No, that's not what
Is
they
it-
asked. What the fuck are you talking about? Critical and Murha asked, hey, why am I so short and where do I live? We can't answer either of these questions because we don't have answers. Murha is just short because that's what that's what she was born as.
Yeah.
She was actually born as a subatomic particle. She came out like pew,
And
like
Critical lives
she
in
came out of the
Zimbabwe.
Hadron Collider. He was the first scientifically made human, and critical is phase shifting between every single Western European country at the same time.
Critical actually lives underneath Lobster's floorboards.
Critical is living in Lobster's
too much. All right.
Critical is Lobster. Thank you everyone for attending. This show is done now. See you next week.
Thank God. All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Was
End
this
recording.
better
End recording.
or worse
Please,
than the chess championship?
Not yet. Not yet. We need perfection.
Was this better
what is left?
Was this better or worse than the chess championship?
Yeah, we need to know. We need to know if this is better or worse than the chess championship first. We need to get it live. Better. It was better. It was better than the chess championship.
The chess championship was a shit show. Were you there for that?
No, but
Holy
I've heard.
shit, the chess championship was the worst shit show. It actually shook my faith in the server. I was like, why am I here if they can't even run a chess tournament?
Like, everyone but like 7 people actually played.
The biggest ego booster in like my life ever was beating Paul at chess, even though he was sleep deprived and I had like just woken up.
This was awful.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it was terrible.
End scene.
Do we?
Jana, please end the recording now.
The only way I know how.
We gotta really end it the right way.
Spider-Man Pizza theme? Yeah, Spider-Man Pizza theme.
This is how we're gonna end it. Shut up! No. I've already played the song. This is what we agreed we were gonna end on.
Skip it.
No, don't.
Let's time it. I want to thank everybody for joining us. This has been a delightful stream.
My titties are fat.
Early, we did shitpost a little bit too much, but we had a good time. I feel like I had some surprising insight that I didn't expect from me.
I enjoyed hearing you guys actually like.
Get your hand on the end recording button. We're gonna time this.
Yeah.
I hate you guys.
I feel like me and Lobster have a lot more to discuss, and I feel like we should have another special guest over. I am now a permanent member of the podcast.
Please, God, informed, come here next time.
No, do it now.
Bye, everybody. See you guys later.